2, 1. All aboard your tech news, games, and deals caboose. Today's the last day of CES, so we're going to go over a bunch of this stuff. There is a CES spreadsheet. I made a list of everything, and you can check out each tab. And we're going to go through the coolest stuff for computers, some mobile stuff, a bunch of flying taxis by Bell. So let's jump into the first topic. If you want to comment below like a topic, I might be able to get into that after we finish these 15 or so topics. But the first one at CES was the Corsair One, the i160. So this is an upgraded version of their all-in-one little computer. It has two liquid cooling radiators on each side, and it's been upgraded for the 2080 Ti and the 9900K. So it's going to have some pretty sick specs, and here it is all blown out, all expanded into a giant info thing. So here's one of the radiators. That's for the CPU, one's for the GPU, and it has one fan pulling air in from the sides and up out. So it's got water cooling with top of the line specs in a really small case basically. And that's only $5,600. They have a little bit cheaper version with the RTX 2070 or 80, and that is like $3,000. And then they have a more expensive version with even more expensive i9 processor for more workloady stuff. And then we have the ROG Matrix Geforce RTX 2080 Ti. This is a all-in-one liquid cooled GPU. So you can just plug it into your computer, and it has its own radiator. It has 3 fans already, and it's pretty much overclocked for you out of the box, and it's pretty impressive, and it's going to hold a pretty impressive price. We're not sure on price, but it is coming January, so we'll know a little bit later in a couple weeks. And we have some actual specs for you for this. This is going to be clocked at 15 megahertz versus the Founders Edition 1635 megahertz. So a pretty good overclock there, and you could probably go a lot higher too. So it's going to be water cooled and be pretty good for you there. We also have Riotoro's Morpheus Convertible case. So this case actually expands if you get into a larger case, or you upgrade to a different motherboard, or you want to shrink down eventually. You have basically that option to do whatever you want. It's also ventilated. The whole thing has holes in it, so you're going to get a lot of airflow, and put a bunch of fans on all the sides and just suck tons of air in or blow tons of air out. So you can pretty much set up the cooling however you want, from the side going out the other side, from the front to the back, and just tons of options. This is already available for $189, and basically it has USB-C, and here's a little other shot of it with all the different panels and mesh. So pretty interesting for a convertible case. And then we have even more crazy case. This is from ibuypower, which is it's a project design, so it's not quite a PC case yet. It's the Project Snowblind X4. So these are transparent displays. So there's 4 of them on a rotating case. The case actually rotates and works at the same time. And we have a video from Gamer's Nexus, and he actually checks it out. You get it inside with 2 of the panels are actually removed. He shows a bunch of the internals, and he talks about it and how they connected 4 different displays to the graphics card. And then here's the internal, where's all the cables go, and it's on a rotating thing. And then there's 2 radiators on the bottom, so it's pretty insane case with transparent displays. It's probably going to be expensive if it moves from project to actual sellable case. It's pretty cool. And then we have some more crazy stuff. WaterRam RGB liquid cooling memory. This is from Thermaltake, and you have options between 16 gigabytes and 32, and then 2 and 4 RAM sticks. So RGB, it glows pretty good. And there it's going red, blue, green, purple, yellow, and it's liquid cooled. So that means it's actually connecting to the CPU cooler and running liquid through both. And it's showing you a little picture diagram thing here of hot air going out, conventional, and liquid cooling system. Cool water in, hot coolant out. And the lower temperature, they're saying 30.2 Celsius versus 45.8, which is heat sinks and RAM water block. So pretty good improvement there. Pretty good improvement. And RGB, who doesn't love that? Here is a Matrix PowerWatch 2. This is a solar powered and body heat generated smartwatch basically. So there's no plug in this, so you're not going to be able to charge it. It's going to charge for you and always stay charged apparently. This is on Indiegogo and it looks like it's shipping in June if you go by Kickstarter style standards, and it already hit its goal with 25 days left, and it's between $250 and $500. You'll get some discounts if you fund it early, obviously. That's how Indiegogo works and other crowdfunding sources. But full color LCD monitor or little display, heart rate, GPS, it has water resistance to 200 meters, and it has a bunch of other smartwatchy style stuff, and you never have to charge it, so it saves you money, I guess. And then we have even more over the top stuff with an 11K VR Insta360 Titan camera. So this is going to be medium sized. It's got a little LCD right here. So 11K VR photo and video. It's got flow state stabilization, 11K crystal playback, no stitching required, and it's pretty intense for a camera. There's some of the actual, it's micro 4/3 sensors, so large sensors. That's how you're getting the 11K, and there's 8 of them in this. And here's a device all the way around. Pretty crazy camera. This is going to cost about $15,000. It looks like it's coming in April. You can put a deposit in now if you want one really bad, but it's pretty expensive, but it's got pretty good technology. So 11K versus conventional 8K VR camera. So you get a little bit more clarity. It's actually a little closer to it, looks like almost, or just the shot angle. And then they have other examples, day or night. It looks a little darker from what I was looking at earlier. Some more blues versus a conventional VR camera. So good low light. And then here's the stabilization on it. So this is just a walking shot, but what are you gonna put it on a car? You could, I guess. And then we have HyperX's new gaming headphones. They are planar magnetic, so it has track head motion. So when you turn to the left, you'll be able to still hear the gunshots from whatever angle they were coming at. There's actually 2 models. They are based off the Asus Mobius. We kind of talked about this in another news episode, but the $330 version, the extra $30, is where you're going to get the extra Audisi's head tracking stuff. So you have $300 or $330, and then you get the head tracking stuff as well. So pretty interesting headphones for you from HyperX. And those were the Cloud Orbit S, was the $30 extra model. And then we have Blue, which we're actually using a Blue microphone right now, the Blue Yeti. And this is an XLR, it's the Blue Ember, and this is a consumer grade XLR microphone. So it's going to have an XLR connection and not like a USB or something. And the sound pattern is Ember's precise cardioid polar pattern. So custom design, phantom power circuitry, and it's going to be good for video YouTubers. Basically, we probably should upgrade so you guys get better audio. So cool little microphone. It's $100 and it looks like it's coming, I believe, February next month. So it's coming pretty soon, and all you video YouTubers can upgrade your audio to XLR if you weren't already. And we also have a Western Digital demonstrates a 4 terabyte USB-C thumb drive. This is a prototype, so it's not quite here yet. And by thumb drive, it's probably bigger than your average thumb, but pretty intense for a 4 terabyte thumb drive. Just put in your pocket. Insane. And then we have Lamborghini with a massage chair, made me forget I'm poor and sore at CES 2019. So for just $30,000, you can get this crazy convention and maybe put it in a car, replace your seat with it. That's how I would like to drive. And there's a short little video, you can check that out, link will be in the description. And then we have some Pong. This is an analog Pong table, and here's the controls, and they're actually playing Pong, and those go back and forth, and you get Pong. And it gets pretty expensive, $3,000 or $15,000 for the arcade model. So if you're into Pong, go to CES next time and play it if you don't want to drop a couple $1,000s. And then we have some pet stuff because CES always has good pet stuff with the Petcube 2. This is Alexa enabled and you can fling treats to or at your pets. And possibly dogs will be more inclined to catch it with their mouth, and cats will just probably let it hit the floor and then it'll probably then go eat the treat. I think it's just for dogs. I don't know if it flings cat treats. I would assume it does, because that would be felineist. Is that? I'm pretty sure that's a term. And then we have more cat shaming with a cat treadmill. And this is actually has a little light laser thing that actually goes around, and your cat will do 360s while doing a treadmill. I don't think it'll do that, but it'll basically get your cat to do some more treadmill-y stuff. I don't think it's going to do flips inside there, unless your cat's crazy, and then it might. Who knows? So, cool stuff. It's got an app and everything, and I didn't see a date. This might already be out. I didn't finish some of these. It will set you back around $200. The little cat, on the other hand, will be $1,800. So I think that's the more expensive. They're talking about two different ones here. So, pretty crazy cat devices and pet stuff. Then we have Nanoleaf with a hexagon-shaped light panel. So cool little light panels you can put on your wall to get some design going and some extra light. Cool little thing there. We also have a flying taxi by Bell and Uber. So this is a flying taxi. They actually had this at CES. People didn't get to fly around. It was just people could get inside of it, I guess, and see all the cool blue lights. And that would chop someone's head off, 4 people at the same time. That's pretty insane. And what else did it say? 40 foot by 40 foot landing pad, a helicopter before 90 degrees, 8 foot deducted fans, 6,500 pounds. So this is a pretty big aircraft, and testing by 2023. So in just a short 4 years, we'll be flying through cities and everywhere else on taxis, I guess. Cool. I can't wait. And then we also have electric motorcycles. This is a $35,000 one, and oozes sinister style. So I didn't check out all the specs, but 60 miles per hour and a total range of 60 miles. So you can drive for an hour before you have to charge back up or put a battery in your backpack. I would assume that you could at that whatever size it is. It couldn't be too big, but it might be. And again, $35,000. Is there a date? I didn't see if there's a date, but it's priced, so probably this year, if not already out. But cool CES little motorcycle, cool little rims, and looks open there. I can't exactly tell with the black. No, you can see through a little bit into the carpet, so it's not all the way, but pretty impressive. And then here's some transportation-y, concept-y stuff. Robot delivery dogs deployed by self-driving cars are coming. So says TechCrunch. And there's no date, but this is just like some concept-y stuff they were talked about at CES. There was a ton of other VR and AR style stuff that you could actually listen to and check out. Some Gotham stuff. There's a link in the docs you can check out, but some cool stuff for AR and car tech coming in the years of autonomy. We also have Ubtech shows off a pair of humanoid robots. There was quite a bit of robots from Samsung. There's some exoskeleton stuff, and this one is a little more humanoid and has arms and can grab people and walk because it has feet. It wasn't going pretty fast there. It wasn't going too fast, but it looks like there's a leg version and an arm version, and it looks like you can add arms, or it might be too heavy. I'm not sure, but it has an eyeball face. That's a little creepy, but it can detect obstacles, walk around it. Specific timing and price are still to be determined. So could be pretty expensive, and you might not want too many of these running around your house. A beefy 170 pounds. So cool robot-y tech. Cool stuff there. So that was some of your crazy CES tech stuff. Pretty bizarre stuff. There's tons more computers. There was a bunch of GPU and CPU stuff, more cases. There was like 40 some laptops. I only got to find a couple of them. And then there's phones, displays, there's 8K TVs. It got pretty insane. Some of the AR and VR stuff from HTC and Pimax, it's PI. And then there was tons of home and security and kitchen stuff we didn't get to go over, but you can check out the link in the description. You'll get the CES spreadsheet right here, and you can check out all the different links and the crazy stuff and find out what you're into. There's tons of health and sleep stuff we didn't get to mention. There was a cool pregnant baby monitor. You can actually monitor your baby still inside. There's an ultrasound sensor for bladders and a weightless bench press. You'd get a 50% more exercise by actually pulling down and going up at the same back and forth. And that was pretty cool stuff. And there's a bunch of skin stuff, a toothbrush that would brush all your teeth at the same time. It got pretty intense. And then there was quite a bit of robot stuff. Again, we only just mentioned one of them, but pretty crazy if you ask me. We have a couple of comments saying, I was wondering what to do with that extra $1,500 I didn't need to spend. That was the camera, I'm assuming, the VR, the 11K camera. You can basically videotape some crazy stuff. And then, can I put a massage chair in my imaginary Tesla? I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, if you have a Tesla, you're gonna want a pretty nice massage chair to go in there while it drives you around everywhere. So that is your tech CES stuff. Today was the last day, so we're going to try to get into some game news tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, and we'll obviously do more tech news and stuff too. But with that, I think we've covered most of CES, so we'll sign out. Pew 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 pew.